It's impossible, if possible, that whose blind word so clearly so unheard. I've been waiting for the silence all night long. It's just a matter of time to appear sad with the same old decent lazy eye, vexed to rest on you. If we were so untrue.
Alright, Pastafarians. welcome to today's show. Welcome to the radio show. It is Thursday, October the 3rd, 2019, and we are back at Safe Word Studios for our practically daily radio show.
Hello.
It's me, Schizophrenic Mitch. That there is Josephine LaRosephine. And, yeah, here we are, doing the business. So, what I like to do in the beginning, things have changed around here in the last couple of days. I'm sorry to say, Pastafarians. But there's new rules. The rules are this. I can only do music for 1 of the hours. And then I have to stop the stream and start the stream again. Can you believe that? So, yeah, so that hour is radio show, and we're in that hour. And then I get to do whatever I want, and then after an hour of that, I have to stop, and then start another stream. But we're not going to do the other stream today, I think. I think we don't. I think we're just going to do an hour. We're just going to do radio show. But tomorrow, we're going to do radio show, and then we're going to do Pastafarian services. I'm not supposed to do any copyrighted material during that because of how much of a pain in the arse it was for them to clean it up for me. So I got in trouble, ladies and gentlemen, tons of trouble. And not the FCC, because fuck you, the FCC. You can't tell me what to do. But the fucking, you know, the money guys. You gotta listen to the money guys.
Yeah.
It's the worst. Anyway, here we are at the top of the hour. So let's have a walkabout. Let's have a top of the hour walkabout. Top of the hour, walk of the hour. So,
check out Instagram.
I was talking to CC the other day while he was here. Oh well, first, let's read all the comments and welcome everybody to the show here. Filthy Films is here. The new thumbnails is 90 as fuck. Thank you. Cisco says, "Hey, what's up? The Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster of Latter-day Pirate says bong hit." Yeah. I agree. Welcome everybody to the show. Welcome, thank you for joining us today. Today is Thursday, which is of course the day we get ready for Friday. Yesterday, just to explain what we're going to be doing today, yesterday I went down to try to get my driver's license because it's I need a new one, and I was not treated very kindly, and I think it had a lot to do with the colander on my head. So you let me know. We'll be reviewing that. But first, I've got to take my prescription medications while we listen to another song. Because this is the radio show, motherfucker, and I get to listen to whatever I want to hear. So, yeah. So I refilled one of my prescriptions. I have not yet missed a day of the prescription of loratadine, which I've got right now. This is the 31st day in a row. Film all interactions with government employees, says Filthy Films. I really think we have the right to that. We'll be going over that, and it was very, very strange. We'll be going over it. I don't want to lead the witness, you guys, very much. I don't want to tell you what happened. Because you know, after this interaction, I for sure thought I was the craziest person on the planet. Like, I just cannot have interactions with people that end well. Like, everyone makes me as the craziest person they've ever seen as soon as they see me. So that's crazy. Fuck that religious persecution. Yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get to it very, very quickly. Right after this next song. How many meds do you take a day? I'm up to 11 pills a day. I'm crazy as fuck. I'm taking 3. I'm taking, let me go over my meds really quick. I'm taking omeprazole for heartburn, and it's really good. I've just recently gone down from 40 mgs to 20, and 40 is a ton. And so that's for the heartburn, which has been the bane of my entire life, and is like gone now. It's great. I can eat pizzas again, although I don't often eat pizzas. It still is fucking with fire though.
Yeah.
And then loratadine and Montelukast for like sinus issues. You tried to tell me. Let me know if that's working.
Still sound pretty nasally.
Yeah. Try living with Asperger's syndrome and PTSD. I would not like that. I would not like to try that. I do hope that you are getting the assistance that might be beneficial. I really do think... So, just really quickly, Theremin Trees has posted another video this week. And these are my sort of spiritual videos. I listen to these as sort of just cracks into my own spirituality. But he was talking about how our interactions here can be win-win. I think the whole point is you're a good father, not when you have a lot of kids to take care of your farm, but when your kid and you get growth out of it. You know, like you lifted each other up. I think that those are the interactions that are the reason we're social, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's seek those, I think. You know, it's a
Yeah.
religious idea. And so, I mean, it seems like we have the assistance and the help and the medication. It seems like we have the ability now to give to every citizen of the community what we can give, right? what we have that can help. And so the sort of withholding of that help until certain conditions are met is one of the really misunderstandings of what love and cooperation is. Like, we need to stop believing in like this idea of tough love.
Yes,
Yeah.
fuck yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's tough love that's making these people live on the streets because they have a certain not quite perfect alignment of illness. And I'm going to show you that everyone you interact with everywhere is crazy. Okay, because watch the reaction that happens to me, and we're going to be doing that right after this short message from my friends. These kids. What are their last names again? Hold on. I'm going to tell a joke, but I haven't done the homework yet to do the joke. Oh yeah, the Fallowell brothers. Here we go. right, Pastafarians. So yes, those were the Fallowells, the Follow-Will boys, sons of a good preacher man, most of them, and doing that very religious music. All right, Roman, tough love fucked up my childhood. I mean, it can do that.
Yes. Yes.
It is a risky maneuver, eh?
I think it's more than risky. I think it's guaranteed to fuck a child up.
Oh, all right. It could be. It really could be.
These assholes.
We're going
walking
to.
around all smug like they think.
Don't worry. Jesus said this is good for you. Don't worry. I know.
I'm making you fail, kid, so you come back to Jesus.
Yeah. The reason to Theremin Trees is about double binds and how you lose both ways, and it's like, why is that? And it's like, just because watching other people fail is really nice for narcissists. Really is cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's delicious. So, but yeah, this idea of like, you're allowed exactly as much as you can get to fail, and then the failure's, blamed on you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So anyway, Andrew Yang's talking about the hashtag freedom dividend, $1,000 to every American.
Yeah.
And it will change the entire landscape of what these points mean. And I think it's very important to do that, because these points mean something right now that A, they were never meant to mean,
Yes.
and B, is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
It's
Your self-worth is not based on the job you were able to get.
yes, and the calories that you need in order to survive are not fucking determined by
Yeah, your mental
what
state.
you can give to society,
Yeah.
what you owe us. Like, that is a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
We're starting off on the foot of, all right, every day you owe this much, and that we're beyond that. We're at least beyond that. Okay, so we were talking about religion the other day, and I didn't finish the thought, so I'm going to now. But religion is the first step, eh? And it was a good first step in a lot of directions.
Our human history.
In human history,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But we took those steps.
Yes, it is.
So if you're still on the first step, then holy shit, there's a lot of catching up to do. There's thousands of years of civilization conversation that you should catch up on if you're still back in the very, very first steps. If you think the golden rule is the best thing we've come up with ever, you haven't heard the double golden rule. You haven't heard the platinum rule. So, spare the rod, not the child. Yeah, spare the rod. Yeah, that is. So we here on the crew of the Ramshackle, I'm a member of a group of people trying to raise children. There are 5 of us, and we sort of vote for the leadership of it every once in a while. And the purpose of the union is the raising of kids. The purpose of this group, our sort of charter purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And we decided that what we would do is not hit the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And that seems to have worked out pretty well. I've got decent relationships with a lot of those kids that we're involved with at the moment, and I think that we're both happy that violence isn't really part of the conversation.
Communication.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stay out time.
So I think that old biblical adage of totally beat the fucking shit out of your kids. I think it's sort of, maybe it's a relic from the past.
Yeah, barbaric.
It could be.
First draft in human history. Let's get to the 5th draft,
Yeah.
please.
That's right. We're sort of we've been working on it since then. So let us watch what happened to me the other day. We're going to watch it on my editor, but I'll pop it up here, and you're going to get an echo sometimes because I'm going to talk about it and pause it. Here's some B-roll that we were taking as we approached. I'm going to mute this so that I don't have to deal with talking right now. I'm just going to roll the B-roll. Oh, yeah, here we go. So this is this is down in town. Look how gloomy it is in October. Hey,
Yeah.
October really rolls in. Mato Fritz is here. Hello, Mato Fritz. Welcome. We are just about to go over what I done yesterday at the driver's license division. So we were filming some B-roll as we approached, and I was very excited to go get my driver's license. And let's watch what happens. This is sort of one take, unedited for a while. We're gonna do some, generally cut these bits out. But, you know, some behind the scenes stuff here for you.
Yeah.
Hey, chill out, my dog.
You eating my sucker?
No, he's talking to the dog next door. Are you recording?
I am recording.
316. Check. I didn't have to check. That was just for fun. I was just making. Did you get some B-roll of it and everything?
I did for 5 seconds.
All right.
Where do you want to stand?
I don't know. Is there a shot? Is there a good shot? We want that, right? Let's get a shot of that. Let me see the shot of that. All right, bring it down. Put it like a squirt. Put that X on it, on the collar. Yeah, on the. Put this like crosshair right here. Put it on the CO.
Oh, okay, like that. This top crosshair?
Yeah.
And this CO is over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Flip it over, would you? Alright. I'm ready. You can look at it now.
Okay.
Hello, Pastafarians. It's me, Schizophrenic H. Is it time to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Pastafarians, today is the day. It is October of 2019, and that means my driver's license is going to expire this month. So it's time for me to go down to that driver's license renewal division and get my photograph in my colander. Do you know how many times I've been asked about this in the street? They're like, "You're not a real Pastafarian, let me see your ID." It's like, well, I haven't done that part yet. But today's the day, October 2nd. It's a baptism of a sorts. Very excited to see how easy it is in the modern society to express your religious rights and freedom in this wonderful America that we have built together. Let's go discover, shall we, how easy this is in the modern society. Let's discover together how fun and friendly people are to each other during our adventures today. Our adventures in the freedom of expression and religion in America. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Let's go do it. Let's go fucking do it, shall we? Alright, so I'll take this.
Okay.
Alright, see you.
Alright.
Alright.
Bye, I'll be back.
Okay, see you, have fun. Be back and then you can have this whenever. Alright, so here we are live, talking to you live. So Joe's off to go do the laundry, because we were doing laundry right around the corner. This is in the same sort of area that the Masterpiece cake shop is, that guy that doesn't bake the fucking gay cakes. So that's where we are, sort of, right now. So I'm going to go in here alone. The camera, of course, you can see is rolling, and we will continue to see what's the adventures of a poor young Pastafarian. Hello, I'd like to renew my driver's license. How do
It's a
I?
Colorado license?
Yes.
Okay.
This one here.
Okay. Have a
Thank
seat in
you.
Section A. They'll call your number up.
Section A?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Now serving 413 at station number 8. Now serving 413 at station number 8.
All right, I sit here for a couple minutes. Let's have a look at the fucking film here and see that we get a lot of this shot for a few minutes, and then Josephine arrives back from her travels. She approaches me and we talk, and she's embarrassed about how wrong she was about the idea that she had how long the laundry was going to take.
Calculations.
Yeah. So we'll skip that to avoid the embarrassment, and we'll get over here to the part where we are approached by a person who says, "What are you doing?"
Now serving X603 at station number 7.
Okay. Oh no, I've skipped some things. My apologies. Hold on, I've skipped some things. So she arrives. Oh cripes. There's a nose blow for you. Congratulations. Some real behind the scenes shit. Right? We're number 2 on the list. Did you do the laundry swap already?
What are you doing?
Alright, so she approaches and she says, "What are you doing?" So
Bends over.
Yeah, she says to Joe, who's camera manning for me, "What are you doing?"
YouTube video.
Okay, you can't do that
Why?
because you can't. This is a state building.
Isn't that a public building?
No, it isn't. You just can't do it.
I can't do that
Continue doing it, then I'll have you talk to my manager.
Can we talk to your manager?
You can't take pictures.
We're
or
going to
nothing.
talk to your manager.
You sure? Go up to one.
I'll wait here in line and you can have my manager come to us.
No, he ain't gonna come to you.
We're going to film then.
Who do you think you are?
I'm a member of the public.
When you
Yes.
film, you got to go into a building. You got to ask for permission. if
Cool,
you
but
can
this is
do
a public building.
it. Sir.
Is
you
this a
want-
public building?
It's a state building.
Is that a public building?
It's a state building,
Do you know if it's a public building?
sir.
Yes.
What do you have on your head?
I have a colander. It's a religious
Okay,
item.
Mount.
So I'm just going to take a moment there to point out that that is when she realized, or at least verbally recognized, that there is a religious element involved here. And so I don't have a very good case that I was treated differently before this moment, but I think the reason that we continued after this moment in such ridiculousness is because I was being treated differently for my religious expressions in the day. So, as to her argument there, I didn't think that she knew what she was talking about. And I think that you would agree that she was not very clear in her answers.
No rules listed, no signs pointed at, no
Right.
policies
Right.
expressed.
And when she explained something, she said, when you go into a building, you have to ask permission. And I'm like, yeah, for like a business, but not for a public thing. She's like, you have to have permission. And I'm saying, being a member of the public is what I think gives me permission. And then she says, if you continue filming, or not, and then she says, but previously she says, if you continue filming, you'll have to talk to my manager. And I was like, cool, yeah, that's that. Let's do that. And then she's like, get up and do it. And it's like, I mean, or I'm just going to go through and get my thing renewed, right? And you can have your manager come talk to me if it's super important. It's so important to you and not important to me. So I'm just going to walk through this line because I don't want to lose my place in this line. I've got places to go like everybody does. So, that is the craziest thing I've done in my entire life, apparently. And I did it for my religion. It's weird how religion makes you do things that look so incredibly crazy to other people who aren't part of your religion. You're just going to look crazy. And so we need to allow that to everyone, because they have a different religion than we do. And sometimes it's going to cause them to look crazy. If someone's looking crazy, maybe it's because of their religion. Let's go have a religious conversation. Call the fucking religious patrol instead of the fucking gun people. Jesus Christ. Okay, and then secondly, this is a public-facing person. Like, this is a person who's supposed to be good at their job, right? Like, a real loud criticism I get on the street from the average American is that I don't have a job. It's a very quick and easy dehumanization that Americans love to throw at people who they think don't have a job. And they quickly get to ignore everything that you said. And so my point is, this is a person with a job. This person feels like I'm fucking with their life, and they're just really bad at their job. They can't say to me, no, rule blabbity blorp says in state buildings such as this and this and this, we can have the exemption. The sign is over there. Go have a look at it. This is not the reaction that I got from a real actual professional in a state building that I think I pay for. Is that how that works? Is that they are my employees? Am I misunderstanding the situation? So anyway, I'm really upset about the way I was treated right then. But let's listen to how the dude in the moment fucking handles it and see if he's being irrational. Okay, let's give the actual person who lived the life a moment to be crazy to see if this is worthy of calling the cops. Good gracious. The persecution is such that men with guns had to come and talk to me. Good God.
You go to
No, I am told to wait here.
Okay, I can ask him to have you removed.
Okay, please.
Okay?
Yeah.
So we complied. The camera was off. I'm showing you everything we've filmed. And so that conversation where it was all black, all that part, we were compliant.
Yeah, I showed her. I turned off the camera and showed her it was off.
So I don't know why this thing is escalating other than if you're disobedient in a public setting, you will be treated like a terrorist if you disobey. And I think that is the stupidest thing that has ever happened in the history of the world, is the worship of obedience. Like, what the fuck? I was told specifically as a post-Mormon, or as a Mormon, very, very clearly, the first law of heaven is, and every Mormon will say, obedience. So you go ahead and check it. You call me a liar. You prove me that they're not teaching this anymore. Go to a Mormon who's been through seminary and say, the first rule of heaven is, and see what they say. Because it's the most disgusting thing in the world that through the worship of obedience, anything good is going to come to you. There is nothing except theft that will enter your life through the worship of obedience. That is just a reason to steal. So don't obey. Yeah, it's a whole different process. All right, so I turned it back on. The last thing that she said is, "All right, I'm gonna get someone to kick you out." I was like, "Okay, so I guess we're doing that." Because we've laid out a bunch of anyway. I don't give a shit. Let's just fucking watch.
Now serving X603 at station number 7.
She'll come on and talk to you.
Okay. I'm next in line though, so I'm going to go up when they call me.
I'll be next in line.
Cool. If they call me, I'm going to go.
Sir, if you don't leave, we're calling the police. I just want to let you know.
What do you mean?
Customers are complaining you're filming them. That's not okay.
Should I turn the camera off?
Alright, to be clear, another person to the right of me on the phone is saying, "Sir, we're calling the police if you don't leave." And I said, "I don't understand." And she said, "The other customers are complaining that you're filming them." So, I think that was not a true statement. First of all, I think I'm being lied to by people who work for me. And secondly, when we were compliant, we were not treated like we were compliant. We were treated like we were still belligerent. So, even while we comply, the belligerence has already happened. It's because I have a strainer on my head. Being strange is the greatest sin when you worship obedience. So be really, like, physically, actually careful in your life. Because behaving just uniquely brings men with guns. So be careful, my friends.
Because the customers are
Asked you
complaining?
to turn it off and you wouldn't.
But you didn't tell me that any customers were complaining, did you? Someone's complaining? I'll turn it off then.
You need to leave. You can't do business here today.
I'm next in line.
You're gonna be leaving.
So again I complied. Again I turned it off. And yet, I'm being treated as if I did not.
Are you calling the police on me?
You need to leave.
I'm next in line though.
You need to leave.
I've complied with
If
the
you
things
don't
that
leave,
you've asked.
you will go to jail.
No, if I don't leave, you'll call the police on me, is
We
that
already
correct?
did.
Okay.
So
So
you're
now
gonna
we're waiting for the police, is that right?
Look, sir.
Is your manager, am I talking to your manager?
Who's the manager?
Can I talk to you outside? Can we talk about this outside? This seems like a violation of my rights.
This seems like a violation of my rights. I have no other way of interpreting these events than a violation of my rights. I twice complied to their request to turn off the camera.
Is there a sign up so that I can't film? I really don't understand what's happening right now. Is there a person that I can speak with outside? Is there a member of your staff that I can speak with?
You're waiting for the police?
I'm waiting for the police.
Okay, you need to leave the property and you cannot...
Are the police coming? I will be speaking
cannot
with the
do
police. Is
business
that
here
correct?
again.
Am I speaking with the police? Is that where we are? Am I speaking to your superior or the police? Who am I
Sir.
speaking to?
Just leave.
What is your name?
None of your business.
Do you work here? Do you work for the state? I'm recording.
So I asked her to identify herself. She said none of my business, and then she proceeded to cover her name badge that she wears on her uniform. I really don't understand how this is a competent person to put in a public-facing job. I really don't feel like my rights as an American citizen were being considered in this instance. And I don't know how to see this as anything else. I really don't. Right? And so the question that you get is why? And the answer is because I can, can't I? Isn't that right? Can't I film in here? And they say, no, the customers are complaining. I don't think there was time for a customer to complain. The cops are about to arrive. The cops say that I was yelling at the customers is why the cops were called on me, because I was yelling at customers. This is what I'm told by a policeman that the report is. I don't know. You can go back and listen and see if I yelled at any customers, to see if I even yelled. I'm not positive anything that I did can be considered yelling. So, I was asked to leave. The cops were called on me. The cops said, so I think they're not going to press charges. And I'm like, well, I'd really like to get my business done here. And he said, I'll go check. And he said, no, not today. Not here. As if that's just an option that they get because I'm just too weird for them to deal with today. They just aren't equipped to handle someone who's not exactly normal today. And it feels like their deficiency and not mine. So what we're going to do is we're going to call around and we're going to find the one with the local religious sensitivity training, so that we'll be going to the right one instead of obviously the wrong one, which is the one we chose. So if you're going to attempt to express your very fundamental and emotional religiosity that you feel towards the Flying Spaghetti Monster and Pastafarianism in general, if you're attempting to do that thing which we all desire to do, which is wear the colander as a baptism in our official photos, be very, very careful, because if you don't go to the right one, the people with guns and the authority to murder you for the state will arrive and judge whether or not you should be murdered on the spot. And that's a really risky die to roll, and it's getting riskier from what I hear. So, you know, what a very strange situation we will bump into if we dare express our religion in that setting. But there was a thing that was popping up that says you can't wear your cowboy hats. The only exception for hats is a religious exemption. And I think, as a Pastafarian preacher for the last 1,000 days, for a person who actually on the street gets asked if I'm wearing a colander in my driver's license, I think I was prohibited for no reason other than I look strange. So, I don't think we're very good at solving that problem, if that's the problem we're trying to solve with letting the people in the burqas wear them. I don't think we're actually solving that problem, are we? I think we're making an exemption for one specific God. I don't think we're coming to terms with what it means to be a diverse people, because we are not rewarding diversity. We have one exemption that we'll go to a meeting and learn about, and if you want a second exemption, fuck you, your God's not real. Well, guess what? Neither's Allah. Okay? And we're giving them the exemption. This is all a stupid, fucking, crazy, nonsense game, and you're the ones playing it. Because on that screen it said, religious exemption. So here we come to play your crazy game, and you blame us for being crazy? No. You invited me into that building. You had no signs about filming. The person who stopped me at the door said nothing about it. This was your problem that you shat on me. But you do not shit it on me if I was wearing a burqa. And that is religious privilege. And we Pastafarians will receive our religious privilege if that's the society we live in. We will get ours! It is owed. There is back pay. And we will be collecting. So, if this is the game you want to play, this is the game you decided to play. I'm told by Filthy Films that false police reporting is a crime. Saying that I was hassling customers to the cops could be a crime. Going in there and filming when I'm being told by someone who doesn't do their job well at all, doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about, that I can't, that's not a crime. That's a misunderstanding. And when she said, "I'll go get your manager," she told the manager I was like a fucking bomb threat or some shit. Because I was wearing the wrong clothes. And I told her this was a religious experience. I was treated differently because my religion doesn't count. And I'd really like that privilege for a couple religions. I'd like that privilege given to me. If she has that privilege, I want it. So, this is crazy, and this is stupid, and this is their game, not mine. So, my apologies, Pastafarians. I'm very, very upset about this. This isn't my, I'm not really proud of this. This is sort of like my writing room ideas. But good gracious, I'm upset. I believed I would be walking out of there with a photo. I had my eyeliner on. I was there. I was ready. I really did not expect this at all. I thought I'd walk out of there with something that I could show up to that fucking camera and be like, "Look, guys, I fucking guess it's not that big a deal. We're coming on. It wasn't that big a deal. And now here I am with a stupid fucking driver's license for 3 years. Look, I'd done the stupid baptism. I'm part of us now. You know? But nope. Fucking all I got was hatred and the feeling that of course we're going to scream at you if you're other. Of course we are. There was an interaction with a man who comes out, and I don't want to fucking show it just for fucking fuck this guy. But he was basically like, "Yeah, fuck you. Who would want to film in a DMV?" And it's like, well, so you hate me because I want to do something you don't want to do? Like, this is not a safe way to build a society, is it? That we punish every fucking thing that's slightly different. This is not safe. It's not kind. It's none of the values that we share. Yeah. And yet you can
kick down as soon as someone's down.
Immediately other someone.
Yeah, someone walks out of there and they take their frustrations out on you.
That's right. And we all are in the same thing. We hate the DMV, right? And so always the system gets two abusees to fight each other. The fight is between the golden child and the scapegoat. But the golden child and the scapegoat need to come to terms and fight the system. And that's what Nelson Mandela said, and that's why they saved him from prison. And that's what Dave Chappelle says. So...
And it makes me tear up every single time, too. Because that's what we gotta do. Fuckers.
Because it's one of the greatest things that the time travelers have ever done is save Nelson Mandela from dying in prison. So, there were only 5 or 6 times that time travel was used. I mean, that we can find. I mean, it has a very definite and traceable sort of echo. The Mandela effect is quite noticeable, and we only have seen 3 or 4 instances of it. And one of them is that fucking movie, right? That fucking man. I feel bad for the people who have seen it. You know what I mean? To have actually seen the worst movie of all time that the time travelers went back in time to make unmade. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. So anyway, Pastafarians, I don't think I'm going to publish this other than what we've just done here. Other than sharing it with you. But, fuck, man. Like...
Yeah, you can listen to the cops. They're pretty cool. They're laughing about it at the end. They're like, yeah, you're just going about your day filming your experience.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's going to be more and more common in the future, and... you know, like, I understand, like, we got mad at Justin Timberlake for taking a photo inside the voting booth when it was like, no, specifically right there, just so that our voting technology isn't just scrutinized. And it's like, oh, okay. Just don't show exactly that moment of the process for a certain obfuscation reason. It's like, oh, okay, can you post that everywhere? Right? Instead of like, you know, like, we turned it off twice. And we were treated like we were not. We were treated like we were screaming at customers. And I think that if I wasn't wearing the colander on my head, I wouldn't have been treated this way. I think these people just want to have the privilege of not dealing with crazies. And I think we need to confess that we are crazy and that everyone we meet is going to be crazy, that this is a society of crazies. We need to stop othering people as soon as we call them crazy. I have as much right to a driver's license as everybody else in there, and it really sort of sucks how quickly you can be othered for things that are just not a big deal. Like, holy hell.
Yeah.
Like, are we friends at all? Like, I thought we were friends, guys. Like, holy shit.
Yeah. The cop came out and said they're not going to press charges, they say.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, there's no...
I think we could press charges on you guys.
But the thing that I think that he said, and we can listen to it later, because I gotta get going, but we can listen to the cops, but I think he said they're not going to pursue anything regarding trespassing. So I think the point is, I did not trespass that day. I can go back into that building today. I wasn't trespassing. I was treated exactly like I was, and when they looked at it and been like, cool, so was he trespassing? And it's like, no, I guess he didn't, is what happened. And in a lot of states, trespassing is enough to kill you. So, I mean, a really angry white guy behind me with the wrong kind of gun secretly hidden in his pocket, right, is a bit more dangerous than the dude who's got his camera out. So I really don't know what the fuck is going on. We're looking in the wrong places for the danger, and we really need to come to terms and fight the system, because it's the system that's shitting on us, and then fucking we gotta clean it all up.
Yeah.
So, fucking bullshit, man.
And we're fighting each other.
Fighting each other. And what we really need to be doing is picking the next fucking song. So, anyway. So, yeah, you know, yeah, I'm not super proud of this video. I don't see a video in it. I'm not really going to edit it out. But, like, man, I really did not think that was a big deal. Anyway. Yeah, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's Friday tomorrow. Yeah. And so we're going to do, like, some radio show, and then we're going to have to turn that off and come back on and do the Pastafarian sermon. Because we're just going to do, like, river noises in the back, or, like... Chimes. So, yeah, come here for that. Yeah, no, it'll be fun. Because, yeah... Don't worry, we'll get the shitty parts out of it. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Alright. See you tomorrow, Pastafarians. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for coming.
I wanna hold the hand inside you. I wanna take the breath that's true. I look to you and I see nothing. I look to you to see the truth. You live your life, you go in shadow. You'll come apart and you'll go black. Some kind of night